wife decided to isolate herself in our annexe last week because she sniffed. She's gone the whole hog, face mask, everything. She looks like Darth Vader. And that's when she's not wearing the face mask. I told my wife, I said, don't self-isolate if you've got bird flu. Go and stay with my mother-in-law. She's got constitution of an ox and a body to match, but something's got to bump the old cow off, so it might as well be this. My wife is convinced she got it off Marjorie Bickerstaff's parrot. I said, how did her parrot get bird flu? It never leaves the house. Oh, she'd have none of it. Anyway, this is vodka bottle number 4. The wife doesn't approve of my drinking, so while the cat's away and all that, I promised I'd stay sober. I said if she needed me or fell ill, she only had to ring through. But if she rings me for help tonight, she's fucked. Because I'm so rat-faced, I can hardly lift my head. 1 over the 8, as some of my posh friends would say. And bottle number 4. Well, we're going into dangerous territory. The language, you know. Don't think posh, rich people don't swear. I assure you, they fucking do. I say one thing for this country, even in a crisis. Alcohol is not restricted. I'm still seeing clients from time to time. Don't need many on what I charge them, so that's good. My wife says I shouldn't see clients here, but someone has to work. I told her, I said, why do you think you're living the high life in this gloriously huge house? The house fairy. I looked in the mirror this morning and my hair had gone a greyish-green colour, like a zombie hair. And I couldn't remember what I did yesterday because I woke up on the kitchen floor, pissed as the proverbial newt. But I think I ran out of shampoo, so I washed my hair in absinthe. Which might explain it. In fact, most of my life is a bit of a blur. You see, I don't really have to work at all. I mean, we've got a villa in Alsace, stocks and shares and money screwed away in tax havens. I get tens of thousands every year in royalties for some rubbish songs I wrote 30 years ago for some rock star or other. I forget who. And now I'm a self-styled music industry consultant who uses those few connections I still have to help young and sometimes talented musicians get a foot on the first rung of the ladder. But if these artists pay me enough, I'll sell them. I could sell sand to the Arabs with my charm and kindly demeanour. And believe me, some of them are hard sells. Have you noticed how the people who think they can sing the best always sing the loudest and yet sing the worst? As one of these stars, it's about the looks, the charisma. So what if they can't sing? They just get auto-tuned, and some of them wouldn't be able to do a damn thing if it wasn't for technology. Anyways, it's not about talent, it's about who you know, and that's why a percentage, albeit a small one, of shit always floats to the surface. You know, just thinking about how quiet it is with the wife in the annex. How quiet it's been in the last few days. However long it's been, I lose track. A lot of people see this as an ideal marriage. Husband and wife never seeing each other and just communicating via the occasional phone call away out the window. We both own the house, 50-50 exactly, on paper, but I put more in than she did. A crafty cow. Our relationship's strictly companionable. No sex, please, we're British and all that. We both decided many years ago we didn't want children, and my wife sees sexual activity as only necessary to pop sprogs, so we're very unlikely to start now. But it doesn't matter. She's very pleased with me about how I never nag her for sex. I told her I've transcended sexual desires through meditation. Of course, that's all bollocks. Inga is deflated and safely stashed away in my safe. Time for a refill. This is the only bit of crockery that's clean in the house. Well, my wife does the washing up. Well, she did before she took herself off to the annex for God knows how long. I had to have my cereal out of my shoe this morning because all the bowls were dirty. I'm very lucky, you know, to have been born into money. I never really had a femme for myself or do anything for myself. I mean, I had a nanny and archery lessons, you know. The wife, she went to ballet school and had a pony. So did I when she invited me to meet her parents. I mean, I'm a self-made man, but I had a good start. God bless you, mother and father. This glass was for you, father, and this glass is for you, mother, and this glass, well, that's for me. It's like the three little pigs, isn't it? This glass went to market. This glass went wherever, I can't remember the fucking rhyme. And this little glass went wee 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 all the way home. Talking of wee wee, I can't even stand up. I think I'm just going to have to disgrace myself. One more stain on the wooden floor. Now that vomit stain from wherever I threw up yesterday won't be alone. Takes me back to my school days, you know, war piss running down my leg. I got yelled at by a headmaster for something or other, I forget what. I was so scared I pissed myself. So he got his cricket bat, real proper job, willow, everything, and I had to bend over and he whacked me with it. Horrible bloke. I think he's dead now. Good. Still, he had a good innings. I thought it was funny. I nearly pissed myself at some conference too. I think there's a pattern emerging here. Gave a damn good speech though. Got the clap. The applause from the delegates, that is, not the disease. Ah, happy days. I better slow up. There's only a third of the bottle left, and I can feel myself, which I do on occasions when I've forgotten the combination to the safe. I can feel myself getting less articulate and more rat-faced by the minute. And I've only got one bottle left, and when that's gone, I'll have to sober up before I can go out and get some more. The wife, she'll be ordering her shopping from Fortnum's and getting it delivered to the door. If I ask her to order some vodka, she'll start interrogating me, the nosy cow. So I'll just have to sober up for a few days, unless there's some paint stripper around or something. Normally I'd go down the hand jar, but she's taken it all. Greedy cow. Last month she threatened to leave me if I carried on drinking. She said she'd run off into the arms of another man, all mills and boons, some wanker called Thomas or something or other, I don't know. A sort of vaguely mutual friend. He wears socks with his sandals. Or is it sandals with socks? Whatever, it's wrong, whichever way you look at it. We went to some burger place once, I forget why, and we grabbed our burgers and munched at them, and he got out a knife and fork and started to cut the burger and the bap into quarters. Everyone was staring at him, but he was completely oblivious. And he skewered each quarter with a fork and stuffed it in his mouth and churned it round, swallowing it bit by bit like a glutton. And then he had a go at us for using our hands. When we left, everyone in the place clapped. Were they glad to see us go, or just really entertained? People clapping when you leave a room, never good. I prefer the applause as I come into a room myself. Nothing like a big hand on your entrance, eh? Let me give you one piece of my wisdom before I forget. You don't make loads of money by spending it. Remember that. I used to have a strategy to make sure when I met people for drinks at a pub, they'd all buy me drinks and I'd never have to get around it. One day, one of the entourage, some bloke called something or other, the sort of name people like him have, like Tarquin or something, rumbled my strategy. He saw me ringing my other phone to make my excuse to leave. He called me a tight cunt. I said I don't care. I just told him to sod off. In a quiet drunken stir and staggered out. I barred from that pub. I don't know. I don't remember the name. I don't remember where it was, so how do I know if I was barred or not? I don't think so. I definitely got barred from one pub in... Was it Notting Hill? Quite near. See, this place is Holland Park. I get pissed off when people tell me I live in Shepherd's Bush. I think I got it out and waved it at the barmaid when I was in one of my drunken stupors. Yeah, it was a CD launch or something, I don't know. One of my wife's friends, a social climber, a snob, always tells people, I live just outside Windsor. You can tell she's a snob because anyone else would just admit they lived in fucking Slough. Well, I don't know. Actually, maybe not. I was waiting outside somewhere in Slough once, very early in the morning, and I remember thinking, please open up before someone murders me. They probably will now for slacking off Slough. Mind you, Betjeman did it, but they can't kill him because he's long dead. No. Where was I? I digressed. Oh, yes, the trick, the pub. The trick, the fake call, yes. I have this thing with two phones. You see, I set one to call the number of the other one, but I don't tell people I got two. So when some boring man corners me at a party and starts telling me about the aerodynamics of a Boeing 747 wing, or did I know about the angle of some bit of the space shuttle being the same as the body part or other? I don't know, what sort of parties do I go to? Anyway, I call my other phone by discreetly slipping my hand into my other pocket, and then the phone they know about rings, and I pretend it's an urgent call so I can leave. Looking back on it, I don't know why I went to such lengths. It would be more like me to just say, go and bore someone else, you boring little shit. I used to just tell the truth. I have got better at social lying with my advancing years. I used to tell Betty, what the hell were you thinking when you chose that ghastly dress? Have you gone blind for a short while? And then 20 years later, when she'd forgiven me, I saw her in another hideous creation and said how nice she looked and she liked that. But it was still hideous. The first party I got dragged along to by the wife, I was late. She said she had a headache and ordered me to go because she wanted me to drop a name to someone. When they answered the door, I just said, sorry, I'm late. I didn't want to come. But she made me. She being the wife, of course. See, something of a socialite, my wife is. Her self-isolation must be a living hell. She's probably on the phone boring the tits of all her friends who are too well brought up to tell her to sod off. Maybe I should buy her a budgie in a cage as a get well present. Yesterday, I'm sure I was sitting on a bench in the park, swigging a bottle of something or other, and someone threw some money at me. Yes, now where's that gone? Oh, bugger. Some people might have been offended if someone mistakes them for some sort of alcoholic vagrant, but not me. Funny how things just come into my mind when it's left to wander. Dangerous a wandering mind is. A drunken, dangerous wandering mind's even more drunk. No, dangerous is what I mean. Oh God, do I really need a fifth bottle right now? No. I am a man of strong character. So, I'm just going to kiss this fifth bottle of vodka and leave it for tomorrow. I'll be sober enough by tomorrow evening to go out and stock up. Or maybe I should just ring Fortnum separately and get a crate delivered. I wonder if they do a mix, gin, vodka, whiskey, brandy, a bit of rum. No, not all in the same bottle, obviously, but a few bottles of each would slide down the throat very well. Miserable woman in the off-licence. Come to think of it, her husband's miserable too. Misery loves company. Neither of them have to win customer service awards to keep me happy, as long as they keep supplying me with unlimited quantities of booze. Realising that I drank 4 bottles of vodka today and smoked a couple of packets of cigarettes, I did begin to think, what am I doing with my life? But then I chose not to think like that because it makes me sad. There are a few pleasures in my life. Inga obviously is one of them, and my wife makes a mean casserole when she can be bothered. And my drink of fags is another pleasure. Maybe you approve of what I do behind my wife's back, and maybe you don't. But I can tell you that one of the joys of being this drunk is being able to say absolutely categorically that I don't give a fuck what you think of me. But I appreciate you listening to me. Well, they say it's good to talk, and I can hold my body far enough to allow me to get to the bedroom. I will have a comfortable night's sleep. If not, I'll just have to sleep wherever I end up. Good night. One Over the Eight was written and performed by Robert Chantler. The producer was Victoria Lawrence, and it was a Free Theatre Company production.